Hi guys, this is Rachel with BigAdult.com, and today I want to talk to you about a movie that I saw recently that's really given me a lot to think about. The movie is The Problem With Apu, and if you've been living under a rock for the last decade and haven't seen The Simpsons, Apu is a character on the show that is extremely stereotypical Indian, from his thick accent, which is actually performed by a white guy, Hank Azaria, to his job at a convenience store. Now, as I was thinking about this character on The Simpsons, it actually made me think about another character on the show that is stereotypical in a way that I find personally hurtful and that I think we're all still attacking on a regular basis. Now, you may not know this character by her real name, but you'll definitely recognize her when I call her the Crazy Cat Lady. Eleanor Abernathy, as she's otherwise known, has been on the show since 1998, which is 9 years after Apu first appeared. She's well known for being extremely haggard with curly hair. She's in a bathrobe. She always has cats with her. Sometimes she's throwing them. But a couple things that you might not know about Eleanor is that she went to Harvard. She has an MD. She went to Yale, where she has a JD. She ran for mayor of Springfield, and actually she was the only candidate that had any sort of genuine platform. And then finally, this last fact about her, I think, is one of the most representative of what we think of cat ladies. Guess how old she is. Take a minute, just guess. She's 40 years old. She looks like she's 70 on the show. To put that in perspective, Homer, Marge, and Moe are all 40 years also 40 years old. So why does she look so haggard? Now, Eleanor, or the Crazy Cat Lady, is one of the most prominent cat ladies in pop culture right now, but they're abundant. They're everywhere. Just off the top of my head, most recently, I can think of Dolores Umbridge in Harry Potter, who's a huge villainess and has her wall of cat plates, and even her Patronus is a cat. But it's elsewhere as well. Any Halloween, you can see people dressed up as crazy cat ladies. They have their hair in rollers, they're wearing a dirty robe, they have cats coming out of their pockets. It's so well known, there's even a doll that you can buy of it. It's very common. And this stereotype is so prevalent in America. Actually, in a recent study by PetSmart, 50% of Americans buy into the crazy cat lady stereotype. Like women, cats have always been seen as sort of a duality, a Madonna and a whore, if you will. Stay with me on this. Think back to ancient Egypt, where cats were treated as gods and were revered and even mummified and buried with their owners. Or think back to Norse fairy tales of Freya, who was this goddess that had actually a chariot led by cats. Cats on that end of the spectrum are revered for their purity and beauty and mystery. On the other end of that spectrum is things like the Salem witch trials, where cats were seen as these evil witches familiars that were always in the company of an old crone. So just like women, that you can really only be one or the other and nothing in between, cats have this Madonna whore image. Beyond this Madonna whore image, when you look at some of the language that's negatively used toward women, so much of it has cat connotations to it. Grab her in the pussy. Ooh, she's a cougar. Meow. There's also a tremendous double standard between cat-owning women and dog-owning women. A dog-owning woman can spend thousands a year on boarding and outfits and treats, and a cat-owning woman can spend a fraction of that for her pet that stays in her apartment all the time. And yet she's a crazy cat lady, and the dog owner is not a crazy dog owner. It's an incredible double standard. Yes, I'll grant you, there are indeed a few mentally ill cat-owning women that are out there in the world. And I'll also grant you that we don't totally understand the impact of things like Toxoplasma gondii on the brain of cat owners. But all that said, these narrow, crazy cases are not representative of a whole population. Just because you saw one crazy cat hoarder on the show Hoarders doesn't mean that that's indicative of all of the rest of us. When we add the word crazy onto crazy cat lady, we shut the door on people, because who would want to own something that would make them crazy? Furthermore, when does liking something make you crazy? I have friends who are Disney fanatics who insist on going to the Magic Kingdom twice a year and have shelves full of figurines. We don't call them crazy. I have friends who are sports fanatics who paint their face and put bumper stickers on their car and spend thousands every year on tickets to games. No one's calling them crazy. When we mock women for loving and caring for cats, we mock them for something that society has taught them to do. We've been raised since we were given baby dolls as a little girl to be caring and nurturing. And so when these creatures come along, it's our nature to be caring and nurturing to them. So you're punishing us for the very aspects that society embedded in us. The fact of the matter is, cats just aren't a gendered thing. And even if they were, there's tons of masculine men that are associated with cats. Hemingway had a house full of them in Key West. Mark Twain has famous quotes about cats. Heck, even today, Howard Stern and his wife Beth Stern own tons of cats. This whole stereotype isn't just hurtful to those people that might find a really meaningful relationship with a cat. It's hurtful to cats. When we tell 50% of the population that cats aren't for them, that's just that many more cats that are sitting in shelters. Now, I know that was a lot to process, but thanks for letting me get up on my soapbox. The point is that there's a whole new generation of women that are reinventing what it means to be a cat lady, and they don't have scraggly hair, and they're not wearing a bathrobe, and they're actually pretty incredible. And I could go into who some of these women are, but I want to do another video with 5 amazing cat ladies that are totally changing what you think of the stereotype. But until then, if you thought this video was awesome, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more of this, hit subscribe. And if you have anything to say, please add to the discussion down in the comments. I would love to hear what you guys think. Thanks so much for tuning in today, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.